Welcome to the Living Labs Backstage. In this part, our participants talk about their journey, what they learned, what inspired them, and how the Living Labs made sustainability feel real. How would you describe your overall experience participating in the Living Labs?
It was inspiring and informative. I got the chance to learn from like-minded people and connect with them.
It was interesting.
Basically, yes, it was really interesting because I got the chance to meet many people who are really interested about the environment.
It was very interesting. I would say it was a pleasant experience. It was interactive, it was educational, and it was very expressive, passionate.
It's a new experience.
It was a very interesting and very, satisfying experience. Very challenging at the same time, because to actually make people aware, young people aware of the situation around the climate and around the planet, climate-wise, is hard. Sometimes, since the situation is not going any better, it can be a little bit down-motivating. At the same time, I think the only way is actually to fight against climate change is through living labs, through making people aware of what is the situation around the planet, so that young people can actually take action in the near future to change the situation. So it was definitely a very, very intense and good experience.
It was a very pleasant experience. I liked it very much to meet up with other very like-minded individuals that are interested in starting a sustainable-based business.
I really enjoyed the Living Labs. That was actually kind of a life-changing experience because it gave me such food for thoughts. It gave me a lot to think through in my everyday life, in my professional life.
I would say it was pretty positive. I found a very welcoming space where people were very open and accepted every opinion. So the discussion was really inspiring and useful.
It was very eye-opening. This is my first project, so before I went into the project, the first thing, what I was thinking that my opinion is the only one that's true. But when I went to the project, I got to hear new opinions and different perspectives about climate change, and I realized that there's more than one opinion that's correct. There's more than one solution. So I really learned so much.
I really enjoyed it. My overall experience was insightful. It offered a collaborative environment to explore and discuss real-world sustainability issues.
Good, because in general we approached different topics and it was interesting to find out new things about sustainability and climate change.
My experience in the Living Labs has been amazing because it's so interesting that you get the chance to cooperate with other people and express your own opinions and hear others as well.
My experience in this project was amazing. I got to know a lot of new people. It developed my communication skills. It definitely made me grow as a person and as an individual. I found out that learning through getting to know new people is my thing, and I'm gonna definitely participate again.
I started to this Living Lab spontaneously, not really knowing what I was going to do, but as I said before, I was really interested in this field and I wanted to get to know more about it, to meet and know new people. And it became a really motivating project for me because it was really interesting time after time, because thanks to this Living Lab Mind Cup, I could be more sensible about this topic and be more conscious about all the things that are happening right now in the world from a scientific point of view and even from a political point of view. It was really enlightening. And so, as I said, it was really an engaging experience, really positive one, and it was short, but I enjoyed the ride.
How relevant did you find the content of the Living Labs to climate change and sustainable development?
Yes, it was really informative, and we got the chance to explore realistic and practical solutions.
I find it so important because we need to do actions for our environment. So I think it's so actual, this team, to prevent any further damage to our planet. So yeah.
It was very relevant. I can clearly see how much the global climate issues that we always hear about here in Jordan, especially in water and energy.
Throughout the process, I learned a lot of things which is still useful and relevant in my daily life.
They were relevant because they spanned from some theoretical topics to data, like how is the footprint today, and all the problems related to climate change, also in terms of data.
The Living Labs did effectively address real-life problems.
I found it highly relevant because it's directly connected to the main issues we face today.
I found them highly relevant because we were talking about climate change issues both on the personal level, what an individual can do, and also what we can do as a group or even as a business, as an institution. So from the individual to the big scale society.
Yes, I do believe it did address real-world issues. I got to know more issues from different perspectives. For example, for people in Finland and for people in Europe, experiences are very different from for people in Jordan. So I think it did give us different perspectives under one roof.
The relevancy was very high. We actually touched a lot of topics about sustainability, about climate justice, and about the weather climate change. Of course, a lot needs to be done, and especially thinking that what actually is preventing us from following a proper green economy is the economy itself. As it is, it's not going any better, and especially in the last 5 years, a lot with the new geopolitical situation around the planet, I think it's very hard to actually follow what I call a sustainable life type. So of course, things and Living Labs were very relevant, but very hard to actually put in practice, especially in this kind of context.
The content was highly relevant, and we addressed challenges like carbon reduction, renewable energy, and talked about sustainable living practices.
Do you think the Living Labs effectively addressed real-world challenges related to climate change and sustainability?
Yes, of course, the sessions addressed real-life issues, and I love that the solutions that we gave for the problems was based on the circumstances of the country. So, for example, when we talked about recycling, we didn't talk only about Jordan. We also talked about Finland. They have different circumstances. They have different situations. So we give different solutions for each one. So I love that so much about the sessions.
Yes, I found the content to be very well structured and informative. It gave us the real data behind the problem of climate change. And so it was really useful to even implement the knowledge that I already had before. And since I was already interested in this topic.
I believe so. All of our topics were focused on sustainability and topic change. It was actually the main focus of this course. And all of our business plans had to incorporate sustainability and eco-friendliness.
In general, I use this knowledge in my daily life, such as all of the things related to sustainability. I have started more sustainable lifestyle, such as sorting all of the waste and the recycling, and thinking about more green ways of transportation and other ways I can be more sustainable. And I think if we all take part in this, we can make an impact in the world. So I think all these topics are really relevant.
I would say yes, because the most important thing is education about this topic, so that the person gets to learn what the actual problems in the world are. And then, in my opinion, it's common sense to adapt your lifestyle to these problems you learned.
Which specific topics from the Living Labs did you find most impactful or useful?
Fast fashion and climate crisis.
The topic about reducing personal carbon footprint, it was very useful for me.
It was about the waste trash.
My favorite topic, I would say, is Sustainable Development Goals, because I didn't know about them before, and now I know how impactful they are and how they're used globally, and how these countries are trying to make an impact and live more sustainably and make actions that will impact our future generations.
Yes, it connected the topic to our daily lives and made me realize that there are many things that I've never noticed before.
Social impact of businesses.
That was the discussion about green jobs and sustainable career paths. It helped me realize how many different fields are connected to sustainability, not just environmental science. And I also found the topics of responsible consumption really useful, because it gave me practical tips on how to reduce waste in my daily life.
Do you think the Living Labs effectively addressed real-world challenges related to climate change and sustainability?
Yes, it gives practical examples that relate to daily life and real environment issues.
Yes, of course. I think the Living Labs successfully connected the theory with practice. We didn't just talk about climate change in general terms. We explored real case studies, community actions, and even worked on practical solutions. This made it so easier to understand everything and everything about the challenge.